welcome to Taxes and Tacos. My name is Paul.
And I'm Sue.
We're also joined by Kayla and Jennifer/Jessica. What's up, you two?
We're really glad that spring's almost here because it's been really cold. So
Spring is almost here, and by almost here, less than 24 hours. Actually, probably less than 12 hours.
But who's counting, right?
Not Paul, obviously.
Yeah, who's counting? I don't know. T-minus is.
Yeah, so long as the allergies don't, sneak up and, brain you while you're walking to your car.
They're already
It's just, it's a struggle.
My allergies are worse in the fall than they are in the spring. But we'll see. It's a good thing we got a real wood. It is. Or it feels like it. I hope it is. Hey, if it's your first time joining us on Taxes and Tacos, welcome. We're glad you're watching. Comment 1040bot in the comments of the Facebook Live video. That gets you entered for an opportunity to possibly, maybe, win free lunch on us, your friends at 1040.com. Also, we will have a Q&A at the end of the show, so make sure you're typing in questions if you have any. We'll get to a big deadline coming up, but tax season is slowly coming to an end.
Yes.
And I'm sure you have some filing questions, so be sure you comment those in, and we will do our best to get an answer for you. You ready?
Ready.
Let's head over to Just the Tax. Hey, Sue, you've got a blog that you put out in 2017, and you're going to be updating that this week.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Yes, so sneak preview for the blog this week. So one thing that people, especially when it gets this close to the filing deadline, some people don't want to file their taxes because they're afraid of their tax bill. What if they can't pay it? What if they can't afford to pay it? Maybe you already have an idea of what your tax bill is going to come out to, and you know for a fact that you do not have the money to fork out right now. So what do? Well, first of all, don't delay filing your tax return. You don't actually have to pay your tax bill whenever you go to file your tax return. They're due on the same day. But if you can't actually afford the full amount, you can go ahead and file your tax return and then pay the remaining amount over the next couple of months. Now, in order to do that, or the reason to do that is there are two penalties I'm going to start over. There are two penalties.
You're good.
One is failure to file, and one is failure to pay. So, and actually the failure to file penalty is bigger than the failure to pay one. So all you have to do to file is fill out your information and submit that to the IRS, and then you don't have to worry about that penalty. Now, if you can pay your tax bill within a couple of months after the April 15th deadline, you can just go ahead and pay that back as you go. You don't really have to worry about getting a payment plan. You can if you want to, but those penalties won't grow too much if it's just a couple of months. If it's going to be more than that, the IRS does have payment plans available for you, and you can get plugged in with one of those. So if you want to read more about that, you can go on the blog today. We have a blog post on what if I can't pay my taxes. And like Paul said, that one's from back in 2017. All the content is the same, but we're going to be doing an updated one, and it will be coming out later this week. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And bottom line, if you don't think that you can pay your tax bill, go ahead and file your taxes, and you can worry about the tax bill over the next coming months.
And we've discussed this before. Another reason to pay would be that the fraudsters cannot attempt to use your information. Once info is used to file, it's used.
Absolutely.
So
protect your information.
Yeah, protect
file
your
your
information.
taxes.
File your taxes. Hey, thanks, Sue. Let's head over to From the Filter. March has been a huge month for our team at 1040.com, and this is the week. Friday, March 22nd, is International World Water Day.
Super cool.
Yeah, and that means a lot to us because we partner with our friends at Healing Waters International, and they're actually coming into town this week to help us celebrate. Thursday, we will be at Western Carolina University, hanging out around the UC Center there. We've got some sweet reusable silicone straws. Is that right? Silicone straws, yeah. That we're going to be giving away, and we have one of the filtration systems that Healing Waters uses. I've actually been working on assembling that this morning. It's stinking tough. I'm not like a nuts and bolts kind of guy, so it's like building a giant Lego.
That's what I said. I walked in, I was like, where's the instruction sheets? It reminds you of getting like a 200, 400 piece Lego set when you were a kid. And It's like, oh man, where do you even start? But
It's
looks
actually
really
not too
cool.
bad. Once I got all the parts laid out, talking about a filter, by the way, building a filter right now. I was like, I don't know if I said that. Anyway, it's like, what are they building?
What's going on?
It's like metal framing and a lot of pipes.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see the inner workings of this filter.
Yeah.
And just get a more hands-on idea of the process of filtering clean water.
Sure.
It's super, super cool.
Even from like when we talk about the sustainability of healing waters and how they function, and we've kind of let you all in on that some this season through this show, even to how that thing came in the mail. Like I would imagine if it was going overseas somewhere, it would be packaged close to how we received it, and that was just super streamlined, really easy to do. Knowing I've taken one apart, but I've never assembled one, so knowing nothing about it, kind of got it already going. So I thought that was super
really cool.
Anyway, so Thursday we'll be at Western WCU hanging out with the students there. And then that evening we are doing let's not call it a lecture, more of an open discussion. And also debuting a documentary film that we've been working on from our trip to the Dominican Republic last year. And then on Friday, we're going to be hanging out at Outdoor 76, located in Franklin, North Carolina. And we'll have the filtration system there, and then we are fully releasing the documentary that afternoon or that evening, and we're super pumped about it. It's World Water Day. I don't know. Do something to celebrate World Water Day.
Yeah.
Maybe like a gallon
cool.
challenge. How many gallons can we drink in a day? We should do that.
Don't
throughout
drown
the
your
day.
lungs, Paul.
I think there was somebody that did that, and then they got sued because somebody tried to do push-ups or something afterwards, and they died.
Yeah, Paul.
No. I am not.
Why
For
do
the
you
record, for the record, I am not challenging you to a gallon challenge. If you're watching this, that is not what we're doing here.
Back up, back pedal.
I'm just
go.
trying to find a way for you to celebrate World Water Day.
There are a lot of really cool ways to do it. So
here's a
look it
way.
up.
let's just like Men in Black. What's that thing?
Yes.
Let's go back. A way that you can celebrate World Water Day is heading over to 1040.com on Facebook and reviewing or taking a look at some of the videos we've been putting out and share those with your friends. That's how you can celebrate. Let's get off this segment. All right, let's head over to Tales and Fails. Hey, all thing taxes are not bad and boring or scary. We have two lighthearted stories for you. I'm going to read these just so I don't miss something. Income tax stories to make you smile. On April 15th, 1951, a 70-year-old couple in Syracuse, New York, received a $27 refund check for income tax overpayment. They returned the check to the IRS collector, explaining their refusal to accept it as being due to their thankfulness for the opportunity to continue to work.
I just think that's the cutest thing in the world. It's so wholesome. They're just like, no, we're just really happy that we have the opportunity to work.
I
take
hope,
my money back.
in my mind, I see them like eating like ice cream cones while they did this. I hope that's what I'm doing when I'm 70, just eating ice cream cones every day.
And returning your refunds.
Yeah.
Take it.
Another person wrote that, this is funny, that food ought to be deductible because it's constituted fuel for my engine.
I mean, that's an argument you can make.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. I don't know if it would fly, but
I don't know.
You can try.
1950s, people were all over the place. One person's like, I don't need a refund. I'm just happy to work. Another person's like, I gotta eat. You gotta get a tax break for that.
It's fuel for my engine. All these steaks.
Oh,
all
my
right.
goodness. I was just like, you were going somewhere with that.
I thought you were too.
Just kidding.
Let's go to upcoming deadlines. There's only one, and it's really big.
The deadline.
The deadline.
And that is April 15th, and it is tax day. So that is the day that both your tax return and your tax bill is due, like we talked about before. If you pay after April 15th, you will have penalties applied, but if you can't pay by April 15th, there are things that you can do. But just an overall rule of thumb, both your tax return and your tax bill are due April 15th. So don't delay. If you don't know whether or not you can pay your taxes, if you don't have an idea of what your tax bill is going to look like, go ahead and file your taxes, see what that final bill is going to be. And then you've got a couple of weeks before that's actually due, and you can just cut out any penalties at all. So, I mean, that's the best way to do it. You've got time. You've got a little bit of cushion time right now. So file with 1040.com, figure out if you owe taxes. You may get a refund. You know, a lot of people are getting refunds. So
there we go.
You know, you never know. It all just depends on your tax situation. So you will never know until you file. So go ahead and get that done. And you can wrap all of that up before April 15th and give yourself a little extra time before it gets like stressful. You know,
there you go.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Hey, Q&A, what do you have for us, Kayla, Jennifer, Jessica? Who's over there today, Jennifer or Jessica?
Jennifer.
Jennifer's here today? That's good. Mm-hmm. When Jessica's here, I'm a little on edge.
Yeah, I brought Jessica out last week because I called her. Yeah, I called her Jessica. Because in the run through, I was like, don't call her Jessica. Don't call her Jessica. And I said Jennifer. And I was like, okay, sweet. So then I wasn't thinking about it when we did the actual.
I
called her Jessica. And then
she just kept going. That was the best part. Jennifer over here is just like,
really? Really? That Jessica is her alter ego.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't know what we're talking about, Jennifer is here. But sometimes Jessica comes out, and it's a little intimidating.
Some people bring Jessica out just naturally as people. I'm one of them.
All right. Surely you've got a question for, let's be honest, Sue. So...
Yeah, this is a question for Paul. No, so this week's a little different. I have the question from my own personal filing experience.
Shaking it up.
And I mentioned this to Sue, and we were like, oh, that would actually be great content for the show, because I'm sure other people are confused about it too. So this was my first year filing away from my parents, and so I feel like this is me officially being an adult. But I really just want to know more about what audits are, because I feel like all the adults in the world make jokes about audits being scary and like terrifying. And so then now I'm like, well, I'm kind of terrified of being audited. What if I put something in wrong and then I lose everything? And so I just basically, what is an audit? And is it something to be scared of? Should I lose sleep over thinking I did something wrong on my filing?
The short answer is no, especially because you do have a fairly simple tax situation right now. You know, you just started filing your own taxes. You have a W-2 job, that sort of thing. Basically, what an audit is if, as the IRS is going over and they're looking at your tax return and they see something that they're like, that doesn't look like it should be possible. Like the guy that we talked about a few weeks ago who accidentally got a refund for like what, $9,000 or something like
over
that.
$1 million.
$1 million. Oh, it was after $1 million. It was almost $1 million. And so he was trying to like move some stuff around so that it looked legitimate. So if the IRS sees something like that, it's like, I don't know if that is actually the way it is. So what an audit would be is they would just send you a letter in the mail and they say, hey, this popped up and we would just want to make sure that this is legitimate. Do you have records to back it up? So most people can just do a correspondence through the mail. If your tax situation is a little bit more intense, like if you're a business and all of your records, like it would just, take an entire UPS truck to get all of your records and books back and forth, you can go and you can talk to somebody one-on-one and just kind of bring everything and explain and kind of have that conversation. But really at the end of the day, it's just to make sure that the information is accurate and then you back it up with some extra forms and stuff. It delays the process a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily a life or death situation. So I was actually talking to my sister about this because she is an artist and she's in school right now for doing comic books. And so one of her professors told her that if she's buying comic books or any other kind of like story material for research purposes, then she can deduct that because that's part of her career. But, if you get your tax return out and you say, oh, I have, $200-$300 that I'm going to deduct from my taxes, that's for comic books. The IRS might be like, I don't know about that.
Excuse me?
So she might get audited, but then she could just say, hey, again, I have proof that this was for work-related stuff. I am a freelance artist. And so it would just be that mailing back and forth, and it'd be like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Sometimes the IRS also does random ones. So being audited doesn't necessarily mean that that anything's wrong with your taxes. They just want to double check and make sure everything's fine. It's kind of like being searched with like the TSA at airplanes and stuff. It's obnoxious and it like takes a little extra time, but it's not the end of the world. So,
or it might be.
Or it might be. You
In
only have
Kayla's
something
case.
to worry about if you have something to worry about. So if you're lying on your taxes, be afraid of audits. But, if you're not, so anyway.
That'll get you a long way in life too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go into like a life coaching session.
I'm going to get a t-shirt that says, if you lie on your taxes, be afraid of audits.
Be afraid of audits.
Fun at parties.
I have a t-shirt I want to make, but we'll talk about it later. It has to do with the Waze app, and I'm really stinking excited about it. Anyway, hey, let's head into our lunch giveaway. Should we do a drum roll?
Yes.
Okay, here
Always.
we go. And this week's winner is... I love it. I gotta say I love it because it's International World Water Day on Friday. This is Tuesday. In a few days, it's Friday. International World Water Day. And our winner today, I can't make this up. Christy, are you ready?
We got another drum roll.
Drinkwater. Just like it sounds, DRINKWATER. Thank you so much for watching the show. Thank you for commenting 1040bot. Send us a message and the messenger app here, and we'll get you the details and get you hooked up with your free lunch.
That couldn't have been better if you made it up.
I love it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Christy Drinkwater, thanks for watching the show.
I just wonder if people question our authenticity. Like, what's your last
really?
name, Drinkwater?
That's a real name.
Talking about going through the TSA line. They're like, come on, really? It's on my ID.
And it's like, okay, is it real? Yeah.
You would have to be able to, like if your last name is that unique, I would imagine your family tree or, like, family history is, like, pretty easy to go back on.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? If your last name's Adams or something like... Brown. Yeah.
Brown. Also, I just love it because it's like, okay, you have the Smiths, which Kayla is now. And, it's like, where did that name come from? Well, somebody was, a blacksmith. And, you have the Taylors. It's like, oh, they were the Taylors. And then you have the Drinkwaters. It's like, well, what's their deal? And it's like, keep it hydrated, y'all.
They were like Greek Olympians or like something. I don't know,
Yes.
like the first, like, the hydrators.
We really think your name's cool, Christy.
It's the best.
Yeah. By no means are we making fun of your name. We think it's awesome. And I really love that it was this week. So, hey, hit us up, Facebook Messenger, and we'll get you the details for free lunch. As always, thank you guys for watching the show. Make sure you share it with your friends. Comment 1040bot. Hey, you can do that when we're not live as well. And I had to kind of look up when I was saying that. You can do that when we're not live. Comment 1040bot on any of these videos, and it'll get you signed up, opt in, and we'll be back next week, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
Time to eat these tacos.
Tacos!
Speaking of free lunch, hey. Wait, okay, yeah, these are the bean burritos.
They're always
Am I gonna
top.
throw this?
Yes.
This is
Yeah, throw it.
this is a
not both
situation.
Of you at the same time.
Over the mic. Here it comes.
Oh boy.
Are you ready?
There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight.